And I said bye-bye. I'm sure you will probably say bye-bye from your other end. And we're going to switch to the next use case, another team that was last year at the Digital Sustainability Challenge. And I'm really happy to welcome on stage Gwenola, Arnaud, and Nathalie. Sorry, I almost forgot Nathalie. You're in two different stages, two different places. Perfect. Okay. Hello. And same thing. Great use case. Great use case about how you can add digital sustainability more on the data side, and feel free to enlighten us. Nathalie, I think you still need to unmute your microphone, your mic.
It's not good yet.
Yeah, I think we can hear you.
Yes, it's okay. Is it okay? Okay, perfect. So, hello everyone. I am very pleased to be here. I am Nathalie. I live in Paris, but I come from Vosges, east of France, where I enjoy hiking and skiing and doing some rackets. As you can see in the picture, just right above the mine. I am data product manager for Yves Rocher brand since 2 years. With my partner in crime, Miss Gwenola Cadic, will introduce herself.
Arnaud before?
Maybe? Or Arnaud before.
Yeah.
As you wish. So I wasn't able to pick among my numerous hobbies. So I love photo, as travel, as mountain bikes. But most of all, I'm a passionate data architect, and I'm very sensitive about environmental issues and sustainability for IT. So I was very happy to collaborate with Gwenola and Nathalie, and I leave you, Gwenola, the stage.
And for me, so I'm Gwenola Cadic, so I'm data architect for Groupe Rocher. And what about me? So I love to exchange on different subjects, including data. And my best friend connect today, I think they can testify. And today I'm really happy to have the opportunity to present a simple version and accessible version of what we produce with our data platform, CRM data platform. And if you have seen, I have a little photo near my face, and it's because I have a passion for Chinese culture. So
sure, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So next year I will start to learning Mandarin, and very happy about that. So let's start our presentation, maybe.
Yes. So before talking about our data project, let's talk about Yves Rocher brand and Yves Rocher Group. You may know that the brand was created 60 years ago. The point is that the young Yves Rocher spent a lot of his free time in the forest, where he developed the idea he could create one day a plant-based source of well-being. He founded his beauty and personal care product business in 1959 and succeeded in making natural, environmentally friendly, and affordable cosmetic for all women. Now we are belonging to the Groupe Rocher, and the Groupe Rocher is composed of 9 brands present in nearly 120 countries. The value we share within the group are very important for all of us, and we have to remain these 4 ideals in our daily actions: commitment to nature, respect our communities, demanding on value creation, and passion for well-being. Connected to the commitment to nature, we are committed to finding and implementing the best possible solution to reduce our impact on the environment. That's why when we decided to launch a few years ago our brand transformation, we also wanted to consider this part at every stage of our project. To start this project, we focused on CRM use case first and placed data at the heart of this, and build a centralized view of our customer trust with our products and services. Our job is to collect raw data and model it into smart data to get free from our historical silos and provide an additional view of the customer knowledge so that we can serve these three main uses. First, targeting, as you can see with Salesforce Marketing Cloud, monitoring with Tableau, and data science with Python, and so on. Raw data is of little value without a transformation process that transforms it from simple data to smart data, which means giving sense to data to transform it into a major indication. When you are part of a business team, no matter if you are a data scientist or global manager, you have no time to lose on understanding the meaning of a KPI. The meaning of a turnover should be the same for everyone. That's why business concepts are key to improve data culture and therefore to generate business value. And this is what we mainly do in this project. We designed enterprise model by defining the business concept viewed with our data vision. And you can see on the right part of the slide all the data we collected into this platform. So there is one concept, one definition, and the same meaning for everyone.
Great. That seems great. Sorry. So before I present to you how we try to make our data platform more reasonable, I would like to start with the topic of concepts, because I think it's essential to define the concept of a data platform that will continuously drive your thinking and your realization. So this is concept are defined. I think it's where the concepts are defined. I think it's the right time to have the common ambition of sustainability. So start with concept. I think it's really important when you create a new platform. So here I present some of the key concepts I define, we work on to design the data platform. So I don't know you, but me, most of the time, I want to start with the knowledge of data because it's very interesting, and its management, and finally the organization. My approach was different because I think, like most of you connected today, I work in a company with an informatics system, an information system already in place. So with history and existing solutions. So even if our subject with Nathalie was to create a new data platform, I start by defining its organization and then its management, and finally its knowledge. I think it's important to have a sense of realization. And this sense allows us to move forward to the understanding of the data by building the framework that surrounds it and avoid us getting lost in the quest of the too conceptual knowledge of the data. So maybe sometimes it's too conceptual. So take care about that in the comprehension and understanding your data. So the first concept I want to share with you is to organize your data. So for me, it's 4 topics to address in data platform: collect, unified, specialize, and share. Most of time, we focused on the step containing the business rules. So unify and specialize. This is obviously very important because it's our differentiation and how know-how. It's corresponding to the expectation of the business, like Nathalie explained before. But I think we need to focus also in collect and share areas, because they are often generate energy consumption and unnecessary data storage. So this is area often neglected because they require more global vision and not only focus on the data platform. But there are real levers for improving the overall sustainability for the company informatics system. So be focused on this area. And the question here is, when you organize your data, is what you need, what kind of data you need, and for what. So if you want to be sustainable, integrate only useful data. The second concept I want to share with you is manage your data. So data management implies definition and writing of processes and identification and monitoring components, solutions in your platform, and also governance and its animation. the first point is the processes. Definition and right processes is really important. And take care, it's not only business processes, it's also technical processes. They are linked, but you know, there is difference between what the business that Nathalie explained needs and what we concretely do in our data platform. So technical processes is also very important to have a definition and write it. And the second point is identification and monitoring the component and solutions. Depends on your environment, but I don't know if you have a 10 or maybe 1,000 components or solution in your environment, but for my part, I fix a maximum number of which it's used as a reference for the data platform we have created. That helped me. Why? Because that helped me to be focused and concentrated to the essential. So business needs and global issues like sustainability. So don't have too much components or solutions. It's, I think, really important to manage your data. So this is a stage here. This is concept is to use of data. And so select your solution and have a short list of what we implement. The last concept I want to share with you is governance and animation. The last point for the management of your data is the governance and its animation. So sometimes governance it's hard. So I think creating a simple governance and animating it's very important. Currently, we are not good on this subject on the data platform, but we are working on it for 2022 with Nathalie, and maybe she is able to explain to you.
We initialize some points, but it's just a beginning.
Yeah, but maybe she can tell to you at the end of the presentation more about governance. So if I summarize, management of your data is a key of the life cycle of the data platform. For here is select your solution and be aware of what we want to do, and the people, the training, the process, and the tools are very important when you manage your data. The last concept is understand your data. So finally, the Graal. I don't know if you understand the Graal, but the data knowledge. So this concept is a endless subject because we can add so much information, technical and functional, on the data. So for my part, I start little by little with simple notion with classification and qualification of whole data. And it's a hard work, so be humble, I think. And the goal here is to offer to whole and for whole understanding of what we have, our responsibility, and also it's really important for me, it's motivate reuse rather than consumerist creation. So this is I share with you a part with of what frames my achievements, and I propose now to move to the key point of the architecture. Okay. Right. So let's go to the design of our data platform. So first, it's important to recall in the framework of the platform, so the why and what we had. So for that, we have a clear presentation, explanation, business needs made by Nathalie. But in this CRM data platform, must answer 5 issues, and Nathalie explained 3 issues. So it's quite different because I have 2 others. So teasing. So the 3 business issues are targeting, monitoring, and data science. So targeting is provide data set for another system is Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Monitoring is to provide also data set, but at the end dashboard for also an commercial and marketing campaign monitoring and central monitoring. And the last is data science, because all of what we produce in this CRM data platform is shared with data science team. And we had another issue is that we are a mission-driven company, Groupe Rocher. And so it's essential for us to have always in mind to be take care about energy resource. So we have always that in mind when we created something. And the last issues is IT department. I always forget, but IT department. So I've always in mind when we conceive this data platform to choose flexible and powerful and accelerating technologies and process. So a lot of things to have when we start the creation of the data platform. So for that, we chosen for the first point, it's the organization of this data platform. Here, I don't know if you see my mouse here. So we chosen to design a layered architecture. So each layer has a meaning and architecture rules. So we have identified 3 layers. So integration layer, processing layer, processing and role layer, and enterprise and business layer. So if I start with the first step of this data platform, the first layer of this data platform is, because I think you want to have some technical point, it's a one GCP project. So whole files of message are stored in this space, which constitutes the capital of collected data. So no data transformation at this level, but today I want to share with you is we are currently working on the implementation of a lifecycle management of this file received in order to automatically manage or store data. So we're like a lifecycle on the whole bucket. So we would, of course, will respecting the legal and business constraint, but without overstoring. So it's a key point for me, no overstoring. The second layer is processing and role layer. So it's also one GCP project. It's a space of normalization and space which gather the technical components necessary to the functioning of the data platform. So I will detail them later because we are here on Stack. But it's to manage, we centralize the place of component activation and installation of components in order to order the data platform and to manage the authorization and the maintainability. So this is also the layer in which we've performed data formatting. So you update numeric, so a small transformation of raw data, and a SQL conversion because we change data file and message and integrate in a BigQuery. The last layer is enterprise and business layer, and also chain layer. So the last layer is also one GCP project, and it's space of where we work on the data to model it. So we model it under enterprise and business dataset. So enterprise dataset must be usage agnostic. And with this basis of enterprise dataset, we produce business dataset. So business dataset are oriented, specialized for a specific usage. Of course, all these layers and their data, SQL or file, are subject to nomenclatures and architecture rules. So we have selected message and file. We have raw dataset in this space. And we have enterprise dataset and business dataset. This organization of data has to clearly notify the data type within our platform. So because we have GCP organization nomenclature rules. And it's allow us to build on the previous type of dataset to fit the next one. So business dataset is fed by enterprise dataset. So we maximize the data reuse and avoid duplication. So more greener, I think. Yeah, I need to talk a lot, sorry. So the last point I want to share with you, and I speed, sorry. We have chosen GCP and more particularly serverless technology. I think it's important to share with you this choice, because our choice was motivated with GCP clear and asserted ambition of sustainability, the possibility of it, and the fact that we could you could use, the components or GCP resources according to our uses. So no more, no less, just what we need, that's serverless technology. So I need to stop. So it's time to, this is a stack. So just a little overview of Stack. It's very important. So we have PubSub and Cloud Function for integration. So GCP resources orchestration, it's Cloud Composer if you are interested. We only use cloud storage and BigQuery cloud storage only for integration layer and for process. But BigQuery, it's for enterprise layer, business layer, and raw layer. And processing is data flow, compute engine, and because we have a selected list of components, but we try and we test other components. And today we test Dataproc, and we use also DataVisc tools, so Tableau, Google Data Studio, and we operate. So we are in CI/CD integration, so continuous integration and continuous delivery. So we have GitLab CI, Terraform, and Ansible. And for our governance, we use Data Galaxy and Slack and SharePoint for collaborative tools. So that's it. Just an overview of our reflection, just to share with you. So because we just put our reflection on future implementation, we hope so continue to advance in our data governance, implement more metrics on our energy consumption, and for that, well, the support of GCP and Tableau, thank you to them, and set up an end-to-end data retention process. I think it's very important for me. change our data provisioning in our test environments, and that's what that subject we have identified with Arnaud during the systemal change. And Arnaud, it's time for you. Sorry.
I think we don't have time anymore. To make it short, read the white paper. It's great. We collaborate in it, so we can find most of our good practices sum up in the white paper. So if you need to take it on, Sebastian, I will leave it to you.
That was extremely short. No, perfect. Well, thank you for sharing all that. I think it's really important that, I mean, the fact that you're sharing something about data, and we don't hear that often, actually, feedbacks from data and related to sustainability. So it's brilliant, and I really encourage anybody who's into data to get in contact with you and to read the white paper. And I'll have two questions, because I know you've been so quick that I'm still managed to ask you a question. And something about governance, because we talk a lot about data. We talk about data lifecycle. So how do you manage your data post build, like during the run time? How do you manage the data? How do you decide to delete data? What happened to the data lifecycle?
It's something that we are improving, because we are just at the end of the build part. This is something that we initialized this year with IT teams and all local teams from Rocher France and Germany and so on. And this is something that we would like to, that we want to work together to get some metrics, so that we can share them every month. And see how to get our platform better and so on. And so there is first these topics and initiative on documentation, also using Data Galaxy, and we will work on data quality also. We have already some things done, but it's something we need to improve. It's a daily job, I guess.
Really humble from you, actually, to mention that. And I guess you can come back next year and tell us some more about the governance.
Yes, maybe. Why not?
And my final question would be really quick is, I mean, you're looking for a fourth player for your squash team. How do we apply for your squash team?
Yeah, as a call to action, maybe you can don't hesitate to reach out to us through LinkedIn, for example, and we'll be happy to connect and to discuss. And actually, with Gwenola and Nathalie, we get in touch on a regular basis to discuss about data architecture improvement and new ways of working. So feel free to contact us.
So if you want to play squash in Paris with this team, you get in contact with them. And if you want to talk about data, and read the white paper and get in contact with them as well. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Nathalie.
you.
Thank you, Arnaud.
Thank you. Take care and be safe.
Thank you.